Welcome back to Let Me Mind My Business, the podcast for the real nosy bitches who like to pretend they're not nosy bitches. I'm your host, Sidoni Francis. Let's talk some shit, baby. Oh, today I am here with Jacob Kohn. This is probably one of the most interesting people I've ever met in my
Mm.
entire life. So I'm so excited to introduce him. Let me give you guys a little background, okay? So Jacob Kohn, who we all call by his last name,
Mhm.
is a graduate of Indiana University. Originally intending to pursue a career in sports, he earned his degree in sports management, and after graduating from college in 2020, shout out to the COVID grads, he forged a career in the music industry. From artist management to videography, Jacob has built out Soft Serve Studios, a creative production company behind some of your favorite music videos. So welcome, Jacob.
Thank you so much for having me. Did I tell you all that stuff?
No, of course not. I did my research.
I was like, "Damn," like, I don't think I told her all that, but,
He has never
we've
told
been
me any of
locked in,
this.
so
Like, you've never told me any of this, but I do my research because I'm never gonna be unprepared when we're hopping on the mic, man.
appreciate it.
Okay, so I want to run us back. So we met like 10-ish years ago at this point, which is
Mhm.
uncle, uncle,
Long time.
long time. So when we met, you were really gung ho about working in sports. I remember like that was the whole reason you were going to Indiana. It was going to be like,
Mhm.
I'm going to do this. I'm going to manage the football team, this, that, and a third, kind of forging this career being like a Nicole Lynn type. Obviously, you did do those things. You did
Mhm.
manage the football team, you did get the degree in sports, but then something switched.
Mhm.
So tell me how that thing switched.
Um, I mean, to be completely transparent, I think a lot of people can relate and understand when I say, like, that year 2020 was, like,
Cook me.
out of a movie, like, you couldn't really expect, anything that ended up happening. I had no idea where my life was going after college. And, for a year, everything in sports and in just the workplace in general was shut down in terms of hiring. And so, like, I was in a weird position where I was just at the crib. I was bored. My mom ended up finding out how much weed I smoked at the time. And that just became like, such an issue. She just didn't understand my lifestyle. Living at home was just too much. So I just went to LA in August of 2020. And I went to LA, ended up meeting a couple people in music and just, you know my personality well, but
Yeah.
these people don't. But I just ran with it and I saw an opportunity and more opportunities and I never really looked back. I miss working in sports. I love football. Go Jets.
Boo.
But it's
Go
just
Giants.
the music stuff kind of just spawned in my life and I took advantage of it and now we're here.
Okay, so run me through what shooting a video is like from start to finish. So in my mind, I kind of think of this as like there's an artist, whether they're huge, whether they're small, and
Mhm.
you kind of get given like a treatment and you're like, I need to run with this.
Mhm.
What does your company do? Like, talk to me a little bit about what Soft Serve is doing and how you kind of fit into this like very big
Yeah.
ecosystem in music.
It's a huge ecosystem. There's so many people, great talented creatives in the space I'm in, but how it kind of starts is it's not even like we're given a treatment. We get basically just hit up with a budget and a song. And it's
Oh
just
wow.
like, okay, cool. Who do you think can direct this? And it goes from there. We kind of choose the director. We're tied with many talented directors that are, prominent in the music industry, and we just kind of are a mother agency, for production.
Hmm.
From ideation, from treatments to shoot day to delivery to dealing with the record labels to dealing with the management teams or just the artist directly. It's just kind of the whole process is kind of us. Does that
So
make sense?
pretty much you're the big dog. Like people call
Uh,
you when they need shit done.
Like, pretty much, yeah. At this point, yeah, you could just say that.
Okay, and it's been what, like 4 years?
In, like, video, I would say, like, taking it really seriously, like, 2.5, but I've been, like, working on videos and stuff since
Yeah,
2021.
that is insane. Okay, so when I was running through the resume,
Mhm.
we're friends. I feel like I
Mhm.
know a lot.
Yeah.
But when I really got in the weeds and I was like
Yeah, I've
reading
been
the
working,
credits,
huh?
I was like, oh my God,
I've been working.
not little stink is working for real.
Yeah. It's been a lot of shit, like, a lot of shit has gone on in the last couple
Yeah,
years for sure.
I safe to say I was not as tapped in as I thought I was, but
Mhm.
you have worked with some really insane names. Like I was looking, I was like Lil Baby, Glorilla, Boss
Mhm.
Man
Oh,
D-Lo,
you went on my
Gucci
website.
Mane. Hell yeah, I went on the website. I also went and I searched your name on a couple different websites. Like
Okay.
you're definitely there, a ton more like people I can't even like count at this point. Who's been the best talent you've ever worked with? Like on set, who was
Mhm.
like the person where you're like, yeah, I'm always gonna want to work with them?
Um, I gotta shout out my brother Rob 49.
Okay.
What the hell he has that record going crazy right now. Rob is one of the most genuine
Okay.
people I've met in the industry that I'm in. From him moving around with his mother. His mother is one of his managers.
Oh
So
wow.
like it's very family oriented when you link up with Rob. But just on set, he's very coachable.
Yeah.
And I know he's done a lot of work with this guy named Directed by Frankie, who's on tour with Cardi right now. But Rob is just
Playboy
always
Cardi or Cardi B?
Playboy Cardi.
Okay, you see, when you say
Sorry.
Cardi, in my mind, I'm like, okay,
She
like that's who
until
I'm
she
thinking of.
drops, I can't give her the
Not too
Cardi
much.
trademark. You know what I
Not
mean? She
too
needs to
much.
drop her album and then we could say she's the only Cardi. But
Okay.
Rob, I would say Rob, he's just the nicest guy ever.
Okay. So let's talk about the other Cardi for a second.
hmm
Is that somebody you would want to work with?
I've actually worked with her.
Okay, period. Talk your shit.
I worked with her with Rob actually on That Money. It's
Yeah.
a song that came out last summer.
Mm.
So it was actually Rob's record with Cardi B.
Okay, period. How was she? I feel
She's
like
cool.
she's
She
fun.
takes a while to get ready.
I know.
But it makes
Yeah.
sense because her glam is her glam.
Yeah.
But Cardi B's dope. She's dope. She's very out outspoken. That's not a bad thing, but just very, she knows what she wants.
I mean, I get it. I think if you come into the industry in the way
hmm
that Cardi did, and like, I mean, I'm a Cardi B fan. I will never apologize for it. Like going back to like the Gangsta Bitch music
hmm
mixtapes.
Nah, I love her story.
No, I love her story. Like I
Shout
was
out
watching
Star
Cardi,
Tenders.
literally, I was watching Cardi on Instagram when I was in high school.
Yeah.
She very much so had like a very organic come up, much to the chagrin of the Nicki Minaj stans who will always say it's payola. But I get it. I get it for sure.
You're super on the internet, huh?
I am on the internet. I am on the internet for sure. I mean, I'm also a Nicki Minaj fan, but like
hmm
my Twitter is straight just like music Twitter. Like it's all I'm consuming at this point. I think with her, she's so interesting to me because the idea of like having this very successful career with realistically just one body of work that's maybe like what 13 songs.
hmm
She's had a crazy run. She's
hmm
had a really crazy run for the women.
There's not many artists that have that feat of just one project.
Yeah,
Only a couple people,
like
including my friend's mom.
yeah.
She's the best at that one. You know who I'm
I
talking
know
about.
exactly what you're talking about. Shout out Laura Hill.
And Miss Hill, I wouldn't. I don't know if you could compare Cardi B to Miss
You
Lauryn
can't,
Hill,
but
but
it's similar.
it's
You
a
can make
similar
you can make a
concept.
run.
But Cardi B is supposed to be dropping this fall.
She is.
They've
Am I
been
the drama? Is
starting to do some
like on
promo.
tour? Yeah.
Yeah, so we'll see.
That'll be fun. Who knows?
Mhm.
So, speaking about albums, I
Mhm.
think obviously we're like the same age. So, I feel like growing up, like watching music videos, like the art of like a music video premiering on, say, like
Mhm.
TRL, 106 in Park, shit, even like a Radio Disney Countdown was a really, really big deal. And I think that recipe, I think it's kind of like been lost a
Lost
little
art.
bit.
Yeah.
I think about Beyonce like a couple years ago. She made this thing where she was like, nobody wants to make albums anymore. And I feel like nobody wants to make music videos anymore,
Mhm.
including Beyonce. But that's a separate issue.
Mhm.
Negating that it's your job, obviously, to create the visual for this medium. Do you think that music videos still have cultural relevance in the way that they used to?
Yes and no. I feel like there's so many more moments
Mm.
in pop culture and social media these days, like up to the day. Like, for example, like a big thing that's been going on in the space has been like streaming,
Yeah.
and how like clipping has become very prominent in terms of like what you see on TikTok and social
Hmm.
media every day. You just see clips of these streams nonstop. And so it's like like fans still want to see people's lifestyles,
Yeah.
but in terms of like these big budgeted, extravagant music videos that you once saw and and you and both of us grew up loving, like it's just kind of become a lost art because people just kind of want to see everything now. So
Yeah.
it's like instead of people are having the thought process of like instead of spending 20 grand on a music video, let me just use my iPhone and another iPhone and just record everything I'm doing 24/7 and let my fans like get into my life that way. So
Mm.
I think it's definitely a lost art. I think labels should spend more money on music videos because they do matter, and I feel like it's just art at the end of the day, and you shouldn't limit that.
Quick question. What is the price of a music video? Like, what does that go for these days?
Depends. I mean, we could
Is this affected by inflation as well?
not even inflation. It's just really like it really is so situational on each song. Like
Mhm.
every song is like a different budget, and in a way, like, in terms of what it's broken down and what it's being spent. You know, the most common ones these days, I think you'd see more like around $7,500 to 10 grand.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh,
but, they could go as high as 50 grand to 100 grand to as low as pull up with your camera and people are paying $500-600, so,
that's so interesting. 'Cause
yeah.
sometimes I think to myself, I'm like, I look at some music videos where I'm like, oh, that had to be like 200K.
Mhm,
So I'm like, 7,500 is like jarring to me,
mhm,
honestly.
yeah, nah, it's not even like there's definitely music videos that have been that expensive,
Yeah.
but in this day and age, like, the common price is not even close to that
Wow. Okay.
because
So
people
from what you have worked on,
mhm.
what's been the spectrum of like low to high?
I've done shit for free.
Okay. Wow.
Rich in opportunity before you're rich in pocket. If I could leave any gem today, that's the gem Imma leave.
Okay. I hear you. My black ass, not me, but I hear you for sure. I want to be rich in
Nah,
pocket.
I hear you, but
Like,
that comes
no, no, I hear
after
you.
the opportunity,
Okay.
from
No.
my experience.
Okay. Yeah. We in different lines of
But
work.
my spectrum, I would say I've done stuff for free, but, like, from, like, video spectrum in terms of budget, I'd say around from, like, $1,000 to up to $50,000. So
So interesting. I want to
mhm,
talk a little bit about doing things for free.
mhm,
So I think one of my hottest takes is that creative industries, you truly have to come into a creative industry like already relatively secure, like knowing that if you fail, there's someone who can help you
mhm,
because of how much people want you to work for free. I think about my friends who want to be stylists, and it's like, oh, well, you do this for exposure, you do this for exposure. That's great. We still live in New York. Rent's still $4,000.
mhm,
You know, it's super expensive. So, how are you, not even you, but like you as someone in this industry,
mhm,
how are you balancing that in between of, okay, I want to give someone a shot,
mhm.
but then also being like, someone,
Yeah,
made me work for free. So like what is the line draw where it's like, okay, this person's getting paid versus this person's like doing this for exposure?
mhm.
Yeah.
For myself,
Yeah. For yourself.
um I mean, I guess we could tie it back to COVID.
Mhm.
Like, for me, it was like, I got lucky. I look at COVID as it was such an interesting time because I look at it as I got lucky in being able to not have any sort of stipulations societally, like, to get a job and to, like, have to really make money the first year I was working in music. So I was able to kinda go to Miami and go to LA and Atlanta with no bread in my bank account. And you know what I mean?
How are you getting there?
I would get on a skip lag flight.
I'm fucking screaming.
You know what I mean? Some people
Shout out Skip Lag.
sometimes the homies would, from the floss would book me a flight, and don't worry about that. But, we'd get there,
Who
and it
got
was just like
chased?
it was
Who
just
got chased?
that's why I'm talking about, like, staying rich in opportunity because, like, in this society, in this creators society that we're in these days, like, I
Mhm.
feel like anything is really obtainable, and you just kinda have to take a risk and bet on yourself, and so, like, I was just kinda looking at it, luckily, that, like, I couldn't really use my degree for 2 years from, the year 2020 to 2022, 2023, because there was no jobs,
Yeah.
and, we both know we have peers that went to some of the best institutions struggling, and it's just what it is, so I'm very lucky, and I look at it as how my life kinda blessed me in a way, and in disguise by allowing for me to take a lot of risk right out the gate in college and not really have an obligation to have to, be at a desk or be working because society wasn't. And so I've gotten to a point now where I've built my brand and I've built a network where don't do stuff for free anymore unless, like, I really fuck with you, but, you know, that's just where I'm at.
Okay. Honestly, that's so interesting to think about because I feel like we kind of had like opposite experiences within the pandemic. I mean,
Mhm,
I was like fresh out of Vanderbilt. Like I knew I was starting my tech job in September.
mhm,
I spent that whole summer like it was kind of like a grind for me. It was like, okay, like I'm going to level up in some particular thing. So that's when I started posting on TikTok, like,
mhm.
and obviously that had become like monetized by the end of the
Yeah,
summer.
you got lucky too
I did for sure.
by the
Like the
algorithm.
right time to be on that algorithm for
Mhm,
real. Like starting now, my God, so difficult. But that's interesting because like I think too, being in college and like there was a point in time where I really, really wanted to work in media. Like it was either gonna be like journalism or music, like all these different things. And then I'm looking, I'm like, okay, this internship, if it is paying, it was paying what minimum wage at the time, which was like $11.
mhm,
It's like I can't do that. I'm talking to assistants, they're telling me how much they're making. And I'm like, oh no, that's not gonna work. So like that quickly died and it was like, all right, you're gonna go be an investment banker and make that 30K in 12 weeks. You're gonna go
mhm,
work that tech internship. Like It's so
This
interesting.
woman
It's
gets
like,
the bag, by the way, people.
oh yeah, obviously.
She gets to the
I
bag.
do get to the bag, but it's like I never in my life thought about like relaxing within
Mhm.
that. So it's very interesting just to hear
You're
just
trying to
kind of
say I was relaxing?
I'm not saying you were relaxing. I'm saying the idea of like just being like, I'm gonna fly here, do these things
Oh,
without
yeah,
like
yeah,
the
yeah.
stability.
Yeah.
Like
It
that
was
was
like
like
it didn't
never in the
matter
cards
at the
for me.
time, you know what I mean? Like, I was
Yeah.
able to figure stuff out, and, everything was cheap, by the way. The flights were cheap as hell. I was getting hotels for $30, like,
Yeah.
everything was just kind of like it wasn't
Well,
real,
yeah, the
so,
world was shut down.
I took advantage of
That's
that.
interesting. We're gonna get to that a little later. But okay, so no politics involved in this. Who is your dream artist to work with? Like you're like think big. I want to hear like who you really want, in front of your camera.
Um, on the video side,
Mhm.
ooh, this is a tough question, but I gotta go with Drake.
Okay. Talk to me a
I
little
gotta
bit.
go with Drake. Drake is the GOAT. Enough of
Mm.
this fucking slander on this internet shit. I'm Team OVO, and I don't even I've never done business with Drake or anybody at his label. I just you gotta understand, like, every year, at least for my generation's lives, like, a Drake song narrated that year,
Yeah, no, I will never
and so
except for last year. I will never
I hate that shit.
take Drake's talent away from him. I was a Degrassi fan. I do enjoy Aubrey. I think
Mhm,
I think there are just different strokes for different folks.
mhm,
Like I can me personally, I really like everything Drake dropped like prior to 20 like 18.
mhm,
I feel like after that I'm kind of just like, all right now. And it's funny, I was actually talking to one of my friends about this where I said, I think the problem there was a tweet this girl posted where she said the problem with rappers is that they don't want to be sexy anymore. They want to be
mhm,
like leaned out, like drinking lean, do all types of shit like that. Meanwhile, like the rappers of our childhood or like the early 2010s, like they were very comfortable like being buff, sexy dudes because they wanted women as fans.
mhm,
I think about someone like Drake who obviously came in the game like he had a lot of male fans, but he had a lot of female fans.
mhm,
And I would say 2018, 2019 is when that shifted and he was like, I'm for the niggas. And for me, it was like, okay, well, I'm good. I'm gonna, translate over to pussy rap because
mhm.
I love the my pussy is better than yours type of music. Love it. Personal favorite. It's like, yeah, talk your shit, babe. I think
Talking about,
about
like, Sexy Red?
no, not her. I'm talking about like Megan Thee Stallion,
Okay, okay.
like
Yeah,
Lotto.
yeah, yeah.
Like Sexy Red Sexy Red got some hits that I
She
love,
got some
but am
hits.
I like listening to a Sexy Red project? Likely not. I've never
Mhm,
listened to a full Sexy Red project, but Glorilla, love it. Things like that. So it's interesting for me because in my mind, I'm like, when he stopped appealing to the women,
mhm,
I stopped fucking with Drake,
mhm.
and I just started rocking with people who were trying to appeal to women.
But
So
you don't think this last album with Party is appealing to women?
I think,
Every time you go to Miami, what do you see on somebody's story?
well, I don't be in Miami.
But don't you whenever you see somebody in Miami in the last 8 months,
I
you
mean,
see that
sure, yeah.
record, like
I personally didn't care for the album. I didn't like it.
yeah, but
That's
some girl I
me.
feel like it's
No,
sexy songs.
there's sexy songs on there for sure. But if I want to listen to some sexy Drake
Mhm.
music, I'm probably gonna put on something that he dropped from like 2010 to
Yeah.
2016. Yeah,
But okay, look, I look
for
at it as the
nostalgia.
same argument as, like, LeBron,
Yeah.
right? Because like, Bron's been in the league for so long.
Hmm.
So it's like, it gets to a point where, like,
I mean, but that's still
that
LeBron.
era ends, but you gotta respect the fact that, like, Drake has been running this shit for
Oh no,
this
I
long, like
respect it. Drake was just never my goat.
I hear
Like
you.
my personal favorite. He's deeply problematic and deeply touched.
Mhm,
And I hope don't cancel me. I hope he makes it through his struggles. My brother Kanye West.
mhm,
That was my goat. I
mhm.
was like a him, Jay-Z type of girl, like I'm
Yeah.
from New
You
York.
gotta
Drake
go
was
Hove.
exact gotta
Gotta
go
go
home. Like
Jay-Z.
those were my two. I think about Drake, I'm just like, okay, cool. Like I was never rushing to listen to a Drake project. Like,
Mhm,
I mean, I did rush to listen to Take Care, but that's just because like the guy I liked when I was in middle school loved
mhm,
Drake. And then I got really into it and I love the album. Which is ridiculous. But I think about that and I'm like, oh wow, like
mhm.
men, y'all love him. That's y'all's boy. That's your baby.
That's not my baby.
That's not your baby?
Drake's not my baby. If there was any artist that would make me feel like I've accomplished,
It
because
would be
'cause I've
Drake.
accomplished a lot of fucking art, like,
Yeah.
videos at this point. So it's like, I feel like Drake would be the one that would move me
Okay.
respectfully. Like, that
That's
might sound crazy,
interesting.
but,
Anyone else?
like, in terms of history, if we're talking, like, Hove,
Okay.
I'd love to shoot a legacy video for Kiss. I fuck with Jadakiss heavy. I just did a video with French Montana, actually. So like that would have been something that I would be like, I grew up listening to French. So just like a lot of my
Somebody grew
childhood.
up listening to French?
Hell yeah. Huh?
Sorry. French is like so
Nah, but
like,
like a lot of
French.
people that I looked at during childhood, I've done videos and
Okay.
business with. So it's
Yeah.
like I feel like Drake is the only one. Maybe Pluto, maybe Future.
Okay.
Future would be
That's
cool.
another one I don't care for, but I hear you.
Um,
Like I said, I'm for the bitches.
but yeah.
Okay.
But I've done an Ice Spice video. Like I love the women too. But I've done Ice Spice. I've done Cardi B. Done Stunna Sandy. Like keep them in the same conversation. But
I
yeah, like
Spice and Stunna Sandy with Cardi B.
no, I'm just saying like
Okay, I was like,
different
oh,
videos.
okay.
But it's like I worked with a lot of the women. I helped
Yeah.
executive produce Ski Yee, but when Sexy
Yeah.
did that video, so it's like it's not many
Okay.
more. Maybe Kaylani. I'd love to work with Kaylani. Kaylani, you're beautiful. If you hear
Drake.
me,
Wrong answer, forehead.
yeah.
The answer should have been Beyonce. Like, but I hear you.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know though, because Beyonce's in like a weird space too right now, in my opinion, with her music, with the Cowboy Carter shit.
That's interesting. Talk to me about that.
It's a deep conversation that
I'm here. I'm ready.
I'd like to maybe have off camera,
No,
but
it's okay.
it's just like I feel like a lot of true Beyonce fans aren't truly in awe by this Cowboy Carter era.
That's interesting.
What I've read.
Mm-hmm.
Am I
Where
wrong?
did you read that?
Am I wrong on the internet?
I would disagree with that.
You think this Cowboy Carter is like the ultimate?
I wouldn't say it's her best album by any means. It's not my favorite Beyonce album,
Mhm.
but it's an excellent body of work. And
Mhm.
I think someone from Houston, Texas, who has deep roots in like African American
Country,
culture,
yeah.
I'm not shocked by them making a country album, especially when that person has been exploring country music for the past 10 years,
Mhm.
pretty much. Like, I was not shocked by it. I actually really like the album.
Mhm.
Is it my favorite Beyonce album? No. It's top 5, but like Beyonce has no bad albums. Out of the
Mhm.
8 that she's released and like the 2 collaborative ones, she has no bad albums, I
Mhm.
think. Obviously there are a lot of people who are like, I like the R&B Beyonce, and when you ask them what their favorite Beyonce song is, they're like Halo. And it's like, okay, well, that's like starter pack Beyonce.
Yeah.
And then there are people like me, you ask them what's their favorite Beyonce song, and they're gonna be like, Signs. You know that one. So, I'll say something like Radio from I Am Sasha Fierce. It's not my favorite, but like, you see, there's like levels
There's
to like
levels to this
being a
Beyonce
fan.
shit.
Yeah, so I can understand why like
You love your Beyonce shit.
I love my Beyonce shit. I can understand why an entry level fan wouldn't like Cowboy Carter, but I can understand why someone like me would like Cowboy Carter. But
Mhm.
at the end of the day, the stadium was sold out, so
Mhm.
clearly
It'll always
motherfuckers
be.
liked
It'll
it.
always be sold out.
Exactly. Clearly, motherfuckers liked it.
But so will Drake. Drake will always be
But
sold out.
my Drake does arenas, so
True.
not stadiums.
Okay. We don't got to
Yeah.
Beyonce Drake this.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
Beyonce's the go-to.
Okay.
She's an incredible artist.
Had to clock that.
Of course.
Clark it. Sorry.
I don't want Rock Nation at my front door.
Rock Nation will never be at my front door. But you, on the other hand, might have to start screaming Rock Nation will crumble. Okay, so
In trouble.
I'm sorry. Oh my God, I'm terrible. Okay, so you're in a space that is very deeply dominated by Black culture, and
Mhm.
you are obviously a white man.
Yes.
Yes. If y'all can tell, I know he look a little ambiguous. How are you as a white man moving with tact in this industry, but also I kind of feel like it's your responsibility to, as someone who is in a position of power, to uplift the Black creatives that are
Mhm.
behind the camera and not just the ones in front of it.
Mhm.
So how are you trying to do that if you are trying to do that?
Like you just said, right? Like a majority of culture these days, and ever, honest, I think culture stems from, the minority Black community. Like I don't think
Yeah,
white people created culture by any means. And
I
so
would
it's
agree with
like
you.
being in a space where like I'll take it to like not even just race per se, but just more so just like societal like standards and where people come from. You know what I mean? Like I have an opportunity to help some people that aren't as fortunate. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
as fortunate in life. For example, like I just signed an artist out of Newark, New Jersey, and like I'm planning on like rolling his stuff out and getting him a record deal. So it's like being in a position where I could like help people
Mhm.
that don't come from, the places that some people have come from and, don't have access to certain opportunities and things. Like being in a position and being able to do that, like definitely brings joy to like the work that I do. But in
I
terms of hiring creatives, like, and like in that process of like putting a crew together for a production, like there's not many people that are white. that are,
Right.
like, successful. Like, there are, but, like, it's, like, the majority of the people that are, like, killing it the game right now
Yeah.
are Black or Hispanic.
So, I think a lot of the imagery like, I've watched a few of the music videos recently. I think a lot of the imagery, obviously, is very pulled from, like, Black culture, this, like, urban experience, all these different things.
Mhm.
Is this a one-size-fits-all approach in the genre, or is this something where it's, like, it feels unique to every single artist? Like, are there any artists where, like, the idea of, like, the urban experience
Mhm.
is not going to fit the treatment that they need for a video?
Yeah, I mean, it's just typically, it's in my experience, I'd prefer if the artist had the entire vision
Mhm,
and we were just hired to execute.
mhm,
Because at the end of the day, like, the music is the root of the entire experience of doing a music video, but, yeah, it's like I understand, like, the urban experience kinda fits a lot of these records, but if you really listen to the records, it's what these people are talking about.
that's interesting.
So it's like, unless, like, it's an artist that's singing or rapping about something completely different or, like, completely obscure from common societal things that people talk about in music these days, like,
Mhm.
then then it's a different experience in cultivating the treatment, but, like, normally, a lot of these people are talking about the same shit, so it's like
That's interesting. Like, for example, your GOAT, Drake.
mhm,
Like, some of the things I'm seeing, I'm like, "Babes," he's from Forest Hill, and
mhm,
it's a suburb of Toronto, beautiful place, like, you're a child actor, like, what about this applies to you, to where, like, the visual would need to be that way? And sometimes I think about artists where I'm like, "Just be yourself," and I think that's why I like, a lot of the women more than I do the men, because, like, they're not most of them, I won't say never, but most of them are never pretending to be someone they're not. It's like if I
mhm,
wanted to be a rapper, like, I'm not gonna sit here and be like, "My mama had me starving, like, I was eating ice cubes." When it's like, my mother's a nurse, like, I would never lie on that lady like that,
yeah,
but I think a lot of the boys lie on that lady like that to where you're like, "Oh, the music is consistent and they're rapping about the same thing," but the same thing isn't necessarily the lived experience. So,
mhm,
when I look at the visuals, it's not to say, like, all of your visuals look the same, but I think
mhm,
a lot of things look similar, like, they're thematically similar because a lot of people do have similar content. So you as a creative, where's the pushback on how do you differentiate one project from another?
mhm. It really for me, it's, like, the mix of, like, the artist and the director
Mhm,
and just, like, the whole combination, so I am a creative, but, like, I'm not the one creating the treatment per se.
that's
I do
valid.
have, like, a say on it,
Mhm,
but, like, I'm just the tasteful one that is just dot connecting.
period taste.
Dot connecting the creative or the artist to the director, so it's
Mhm,
like, I don't really put my foot in and, like,
yeah.
am too involved in that process. I'm just the one kind of just, like, organizing and
Would you ever wanna
producing.
get more involved?
I've thought about becoming a full-time director because I've my vision is definitely one of none,
What's
and I
that
feel
Erykah
like
Badu quote? "I'm an artist and I'm sensitive about my shit." Like
it's a fact, but I don't know, I also, like, admire the business that I do. I've done, like, big deals in music, so it's like
yeah,
I understand the business of music now to a T, so it's like, as much as I wanna be, like, in the spotlight and be, like, that creative,
yeah.
like, I could rap too, but, like, I'm not gonna do that
Do not
because
start
it's
rapping.
like, no, you don't even gotta do
Okay.
that because I really can rap. But it's like I care more about business and, like, I don't know. I wanna be like, I feel like these artists are really only here for and creatives are only here for, 3 to 5 years max. Like, I
Yeah,
wanna be in this shit for 20, 30 years, so
okay.
that's where my head's at.
Well, in that vein, what's next for Cone?
What's next for Jacob? I'm going by Jacob. I'm about to be 28 now, so
You're going by
call me Jacob.
Jacob.
Yeah,
Okay, this
everybody.
is news to me. I'm finding out on
Public
camera, y'all.
service announcement, call me Jacob from here on out.
Jacob, not Jake.
But I like my last name. And I like how I've like, kinda, like, tied my whole life to my last name, if you
Yeah,
haven't peeped that, like,
I
my
know.
Instagram handle,
Ice cream cones.
my production company now,
Yeah.
Soft Serve Studios, like, it all ties in. I need an ice cream sponsorship.
Mm,
That's what's next.
okay,
Ice cream
that's what's next.
sponsorship for me. Um, no, I'm working with, one of my close childhood friends from out here in New York. His name's Jasu, very talented producer in LA. He's an artist as well. We just produced this record with Cash Cobain
Shout out Cash.
called Feel. I don't know if you know Feel. You know, the
I
little
know. You gotta start sending me the unreleased cash so I can get
yeah.
my
Shout out my
TikTok.
brother Cashmere. I've known Cashmere.
Yep.
I've known Cashmere since I was 12 as well. So it's beautiful to see him, Cash Cobain, being the top artist in our city. It's just it makes every time I see Cash having a moment, it means the world to me, and so I'm grateful I was able to help him get this last hit. You know what I mean? Feel so. Jasu is dropping music,
Okay.
and we have a couple records coming out on the Don Toliver album. A couple other
Is
things.
he the sad one?
Jasu,
No, Don Toliver.
he's kind of sad.
No,
Cali Uchis is
no.
bad.
Who's the sad one that people be at the concert and it be like he's
Rod
kinda
Wave.
big? Okay.
Rod Wave is
They're
one of
different.
one of the best concerts I've ever been to. It's
Really?
like church.
I feel like if I went to a Rod Wave concert and I was suicidal, I would leave wanting to kill myself.
Yeah, probably, but
Yeah.
just don't go suicidal. Like
But the thing is, I feel like everybody who listens to Rod Wave is,
he's
mentally
gotten me
fragile.
through some things women have done to me.
What have the women done to you?
That's a whole nother podcast
Okay.
episode.
Okay.
But Rod Wave has gotten me through some shit. So shout out Rod Wave. Every time I've gone to his shows, it evokes emotion.
More than one?
A lot of artists don't evoke emotion anymore.
Okay.
Rod Wave does.
Okay. Maybe what song from Rod Wave should I really listen
Everything.
to? Okay, baby.
Nostalgia.
Pick one.
I like Nostalgia. That's a good record I've been
Nostalgia,
listening
okay.
to. 25.
25.
Green Light.
Okay.
Abandoned.
You see these themes here? I don't know.
Themes, but they
Dark
hit.
themes.
Life isn't always pretty.
Life is worth living.
For
Shout out
her,
Justin Bieber.
for her life. Shout out Justin Bieber.
Shout out Justin Bieber. Swag.
Album Swag was great.
Great album. But yeah, I think when I'm mentally unwell, I think I definitely seek professional help. So it's very interesting to. I don't know if Rod Wave would be my go-to, but I hear you. Everybody works things out in different ways.
Rod Wave is top 5 for me.
Okay, who are the other 4?
Right now?
I mean, you said top 5, so I'm assuming that was an all-time ranking.
All time? Okay, all time. Let's go all time. Rod Wave would be 5, honestly.
Ooh, wow, okay.
Bottom of my list.
Mm-hmm.
Future is on there. I'm not going in order, but Future, Miss Lauryn Hill,
Okay.
Lin-Manuel Miranda.
Period. I can respect that.
No cap.
I can respect
No
that.
cap.
He
This
gets
is
down.
very diverse list, but Lin-Manuel Miranda, Lauryn Hill, Future, Rod Wave.
And who's number 1?
It's a hard one. This is a hard one.
Rod Wave.
Joe.
Like this, like I Want to Know Joe.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you know
Bag
Ball.
music.
You know Ball.
Shout out Eddie Hayes. He put me on in 2011.
Shout out Eddie. Shout out
Listen
Eddie.
to that song with him, Nas, and Mariah Carey every day.
Period.
My whole life.
That's number 1 on your Spotify. Right
Shout out
now.
Joe.
I'm thinking.
Actually, Icebox by
Omarion.
Omarion is my number 1 ever. I think I listened to that song like 1,000 times one year.
Oh Jesus Christ!
that was a whole nother head.
All I do,
Me.
like when I see Omarion, all I think about is him in that red coat doing that dance. And what was that? The Verizon show is like, tin, 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 like that meme that everyone like got on him for.
Facts.
That's an interesting top 5, and there are definitely some folks in there I really can respect. So
Lauryn Hill's my goat.
no, I love
Miss Lauryn Hill's my goat.
Lauryn Hill. When she starts showing up on time, I'm gonna really start going to them shows.
It's not always her fault though.
I hear you, but
You gotta respect Miss Lauryn. Like I keep calling her. Just listen. Lauryn Hill's show though
no, it's great.
is a whole thing, whole experience, band, everything. So it's like there's not a lot of artists. A lot of these artists are just pulling up
I agree.
and performing.
Lauren,
She got a lot going on,
Lauryn
so
Hill
respect her
is
art.
a deeply talented woman.
Standing on business.
And I will stand on that. I love her. I think great project, great unplugged album. Unfortunately, Auntie has a bedtime. And Lauren is usually not on time, whether it's within her control or not within her control. If the tickets say the concert start at 8 and you coming on at 11:30, baby, I got shit to do tomorrow. So that's why, shout out to everybody who waits for her. I'm not gonna wait for her. But trust and believe, I will play the album.
One thing that has been a fact is if you ever see her performing with her kids, Zion or YG or one of them, she'll be on time. So just know that.
That's good to know.
Facts.
Now I will be on the lookout for that.
Facts.
For sure. But let's see. I'm gonna answer my own question. Who's in my top 5?
That was such a random list. I might kick Joe out of my list
That's crazy.
and put Drake in.
Okay.
Kick
Let's
Joe
see.
for Drake.
My top 5. I'll have Lil Wayne.
Okay. Weezy's
I really do like him.
He's one of my favorite rappers, but, like, artists,
Artist, I would put him there.
I feel you.
He had a really big
Impact.
impact on me, I would say, like, late 2000s, like, me really getting into rap music, cause like,
Mhm.
my mom was strict. So, my exposure to music that was not, like, palatable for children, so if it wasn't pop music or, like, whatever's playing on Radio Disney, was truly, like, through my older cousins,
Mhm.
and they were, like, 6 or 7 years older, and they were Wayne fans down. So I would have him. 4, Jasmine Sullivan. I love a
Mhm.
singer. I love a singer. 3, Jay-Z
Mhm.
from Brooklyn. I feel like it's kinda hard to, like plus, like, I remember when Jay-Z used to give out turkeys, like, I love that man, like, good dude. 2 would be Kanye. I if I had to think of, like, a perfect album, like, perfect rap album, start to finish, I am gonna go for Graduation. I think
Mhm.
really great. And number 1, Beyoncé, like,
Mhm.
it's clearly the most accomplished for a reason, and I love a singer, I love a performer, and she's the only person I can honestly say where, like, the tickets cost more than $200, and I've been like, "This was worth my money."
Mhm.
There are some artists on your list that I've seen live where I've been like, "I shouldn't have gave him that money," 'cause I like a performance. So, yeah, that'd be my top 5 for sure.
Great list.
Thank you. I got taste.
Demure.
Mindful.
Mhm.
Mindful.
Facts.
Okay, so we're at the end of our time, Jacob. I'm gonna miss you, Snake.
Imma miss you more.
Okay, where can they find you?
You can find me on Instagram at ice cream cones,
Mhm.
and you can't find me in these streets anymore because I don't go out anymore, so you used to be able to find me in the streets, now you can't. Find me
When
on
y'all see his
Instagram.
Instagram stories at my birthday party, know that he's lying.
What birthday party?
The birthday party I'm having in a month.
You sent me invita
It's in a month. I haven't sent invitations
Okay,
out.
I was like,
Like, it's in a month. You send invitations out like 2 weeks prior.
okay,
Only the people who are from out of town got invitations
okay.
already. Yeah,
Were you outside?
we're
Someone
outside.
performing?
Does someone want to perform?
Who, me?
One of your many
Yeah,
friends.
we can figure it out.
Okay, we can talk about it. All right. Well, thank you so much
Happy early
for
birthday.
thank you for letting the nosy bitches into your life. I know I was really in your ass for a second.
Mhm.
So,
Love that.